welcome back to Killer Score, the podcast that covers cult classic movies with killer soundtracks and phenomenal composers that we believe deserve more attention. And the long-awaited conclusion to our anime month that I'm not even going to bother to name anymore because it's very sad at this point how long it's taken, but we have lives and jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
What did I say?
We have all those
Oh
things.
my god, what did I just say? Anyway, I'm concluding it. We're doing The Night is Short, Walk On Girl by Masaaki Yuasa. I'm going to pull up my info on this because okay. So, another Science Saru project. Unfortunately, once again, we have the same composer as last time because I didn't double check. So, we have Michiru Oshima, and this was actually, I double checked, this was, the first project Oshima and worked on, at least film-wise, with
Masaaki Yuasa?
Yeah, with Masaaki Yuasa. My brain's not working right tonight. So, the film was actually the second time that Michiru Oshima worked with Yuasa and a lot of the crew. She worked with them on the Tatami Galaxy, which a lot of the people who worked on this worked on.
Masterpiece, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Before they went on to do Science Saru, a lot of the same crew worked for the studio that did Tatami before this. This is the book and the anime in this film itself are sort of spiritual sequels to Tatami Galaxy, but they're not same continuity, you know?
Same art style, though, by the looks of it.
Same art style. Some characters are from Tatami, but they're different. So, she worked on Tatami Galaxy and continued to work with Yuasa on future Science Saru films, as you saw last time. Oshima was discussed in great detail on the previous episode, so if you want all the trivia related to her, click and watch the previous one on Ride Your Wave. In addition to what Erin mentioned, she's actually been working on anime soundtracks, with her latest ones being the Yankee genre throwback anime, Buchigiri. For those who don't know, Yankee is a Japanese delinquent genre, essentially. A slice of life anime known as Dog Signal, and another Tatami Galaxy project that was released directly to the web called Tatami Time Machine Blues. And she also did music for the Studio Trigger segment in the Star Wars Visions project.
Another visual masterpiece, if you haven't checked that one out.
And funny enough, this is the second film we are going to be covering that is based on the works of Tomihiko Murimi. The other is Penguin Highway.
Yeah.
And much like his other works, it features Kyoto as the setting. So this one was an interesting project. It was the first internationally released Science Saru film, and it's an adaptation of the spiritual successor to the Tatami Galaxy, which a lot of the Science Saru people worked on. It's actually same name and everything. Like I said, reunion of a lot of the same cast and crew that worked on it. It's an adaptation of the 2006 novel. But the main difference between the novel and the film is the one major creative concession they made was actually the passage of time. You see, the book Night is Short actually takes place over the course of a year.
Okay.
And basically it's a bunch of this is all this stuff that happened in the crazy year for this one girl. But they thought it'd be much more fun if they turned it into one night.
Oh my god.
So, they made it an unbelievably long night. It's even lampshaded in the movie where people are like, man, it feels like this night's been going on forever. You know?
This is funny because they said the night is short.
Well, I was going to say, that's an ironic title, I take it.
Yeah. In addition, another interesting little bit, Asian Kung Fu Generation performed the film's theme.
Oh.
They've done a lot of anime
guys
soundtracks.
who did the Erased opening?
Yeah, I think they also did some stuff for Naruto and a couple other animes.
I think it was the 4th or 5th opening?
Yeah, a lot
Don't quote me on that. I'm old and I don't
can't remember it properly.
Naruto.
But they've done a lot of anime themes. I think they even did a Gundam one.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it might have been Iron Blooded Orphans.
Good band.
Yeah. In addition, the Korean release of the film had its own special song, an image song by the band Romantic Punch that was made to promote the film.
Romantic Punch.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, this film follows it's essentially a love story, but it's one of those classic love stories of she doesn't even like know I exist,
Aww.
but I've pined from afar.
Pine from afar.
And so like this is all this they're both in college. She's like a younger underclassman, he's like a senior in college, and it's like, oh man, I really like this girl, but like I can't get her to notice me, and like I'm trying. So like the film is basically this guy trying to like, you know, do the organic, oh, I bumped into you thing, you know?
Yeah.
Over the course of the night, and the crazy escapades that ensue for both the girl and the guy, who we never learned the name of.
So it's like once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're called girl and guy.
yeah, basically. And the girl is... And it's funny, because, you know, it's one of these movies that makes you realize why he loves her so much. Because, like, she's one of those people who just seems to be able to do anything and everyone loves.
Yeah, she's like the school ace, basically.
Yeah, she's just like, she can just do anything. It's really endearing. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Thank you. But
I gotta put a little graphic over there, just like play that swelling romantic music while
The
there's
swelling screen.
the generic. You gotta do the generic. The one that's like in all the cartoons and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not it.
Yeah, the one that's like all the swelling strings, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the Romeo.
editing it in
Oh
post.
yeah. Oh yeah, but no. I watched this one a few months ago. It's really cute. I wanted to cover it. This actually got a lot of praise in the film circuits when it first started coming out.
All the festival circuits.
Yeah, because people were just like enamored by like the animation and stuff like that, and like so like
Masaaki Yuasa.
so this was one of the first Masaaki Yuasa things that really blew up. I actually did some research more on Yuasa for this because I figured it'd be fun to talk more about that. He's actually been working in the industry longer than people realize.
Oh.
Yeah, believe it or not, he was actually working on, and I hope I took notes about this, but he's been working in the industry since like the 90s essentially.
Okay.
I did not take notes, cool, but I basically remember it. So he actually worked on a couple of important projects before he he actually had people think like Yuasa didn't start to do Science Saru stuff and like theatrical stuff until Science Saru, but he actually released and directed a film under another studio back all the way in 2004.
Oh, what movie was that?
I don't remember that movie.
Oh.
But yeah, he did an anime film back in 2004. And Saru actually, and Yuasa, they actually cut their teeth on licensed movies before they did this.
Oh, and what would those be?
Specifically, two ones. And these are actually, one of which, Yuasa is probably the most prominent creative worker on this big Japanese franchise outside of the original creator and the team itself, which is he worked on a buttload of Crown Shinchan.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, and he actually did the Shinchan movies that came out in the 2010s.
Nice.
Before Science Saru worked on their more original projects. And in the 2010s, he actually directed a few Doraemon movies.
See, both of those
Doraemon.
things... Both of those things track because they have a very scribbly style. Very malleable styles. If you ever watch Crayon Shinchan, you'll see where the through line is between that and, say, the Tatami Galaxy.
Right. So the one he actually worked on in 2004 was a movie called Mind Game. So that's what he worked on before. That was a thing called Mind Game, and he actually worked on a really popular Japanese franchise called Chibi Maruko-chan, which is a really popular like children's manga series and franchise over there. It started back in the 90s, the anime and the manga and stuff. Oh, actually no, the manga started in the 80s. And the manga only ended a couple of years ago, believe it or not. It's like one of those long runner like children's manga series. all about like a family living in suburban Japan in the 1970s.
Oh, that's cute.
Based kind of off, stuff the author already know and stuff. Yeah, and Yuasa, of course, is more well known nowadays for obviously his TV anime projects. He's kind of he was more doing executive work for the last few years, but he finally stepped back into the creative process a few years ago with another directed film.
Oh.
And he's actually kind of left Science Haru nowadays.
Oh. Okay.
But
That's the question. What happened?
he stepped down to work on more creative stuff, and then
More personal stuff.
and then eventually he decided to just leave Saru because it seemed to mostly be one of those things of, well, company's grown up really well, and I think they're in good hands, so I'm just gonna go do my own thing now.
Gotcha.
Best in your future endeavors, everybody.
Yeah, and big news that was made while I was actually writing notes, not today, but like month ago when I started these notes. I forgot to update them. Whoops. But Science Saru got bought.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
About this.
So Science Saru, who's gotten so much critical acclaim, especially for their work with Netflix, like
Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby and Tokyo Sinks did huge numbers on Netflix, and that got noticed along with all the praise for their TV anime work. Keep your hands off Isaac-in was huge.
Oh, I love it.
And every few years somebody goes back and rediscovers Ping Pong the animation and is like, oh my god, this is gorgeously animated.
It's funny, one of my favorite YouTubers, Imamo Room, she does a bunch of like cooking videos, but she did
Yes,
I dropped it. She said her favorite anime is Ping Pong the animation.
It's really well animated.
Yeah, and she's like, when my daughter gets a little bit older, I'll show it to her.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's very sketchy. I think it's all in black and white too.
I think so, yeah, because it was like in the background of one of her
Yeah.
videos at some point.
So, but no, Science Saru is no longer an independent animation studio as of the time of recording this.
Who owns them?
They got bought by Toho.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so now
That's big.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
For context, Toho is one of the big three of Japan when it comes to animation and just film studios. Like the Toho is like the biggest.
It's
film
like the
studio.
king of the Japanese cinema
Yeah,
scene.
they are the king of the
Yeah.
Japanese cinema scene. Like 90% of the films you see that get exported out of Japan usually
Have Toho.
have
involved.
Toho involved somehow. It's like them and like NHK films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, I thought this was a really cute movie. Do you guys have any thoughts or anything?
I am the uninitiated in this scenario.
As
So
is
am I.
Erin.
Oh, you too?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
I watched this on like one of my shifts, my shifts for my second job, where I get to basically do fuck all except for like occasionally like check on stuff. So when
Hey, I
had my
have one
free
of those
time-
too.
When I had my free time,
Anyway,
I just popped on my headphones, watched this.
I haven't seen this. I have seen the Tatami Galaxy, and
I have not.
it's... Oh, that surprises me.
Yeah,
Well,
I always meant to.
Y'all are such big fans of it. You haven't seen that? That's
No,
funny.
I haven't seen Tatami.
I'm getting similar vibes though from the story to the art style, especially the art style.
Same author. I mean, it's the same author as Tatami Galaxy.
He has a similar naming convention going on for those two. Everyone's just titles.
Yeah.
And Tatami Galaxy is one of my favorite anime of all time. Thank you, Oathbreaker. And it really does capture a magical realism feel that is wholly unique. And I'm pretty sure it's going to bleed over to this, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So what
Erin?
we're gonna do is, yeah, you're good. I'm just gonna pull something up.
Yeah, completely semi and yet completely unrelated. For some reason, my brain confuses that I had a short walk on girl with a girl walks home alone at night, which is an Iranian vampire film.
Okay.
I don't know. The titles just get jumbled in my head. I just wanted to say that, but I've heard a girl walks home alone at night. I think it's just called The Girl Walks Alone at Night or something like that. But I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's a really good vampire film. and it came out of Iran, so
Cool.
I'm just like, I don't know what to say about that, but I need to watch it.
Anyway.
I have a brief summary I pulled here from online. Who wants to read it?
Maybe, or did I do the last one? I did the last one.
You did the last one, yeah.
You
Alright,
give it a whirl,
Just
Erin.
read the top one.
Okay.
Yeah, just read the top
Up
one.
until the line. Okay.
Yeah.
In this comedy about one epic night in Kyoto, a college sophomore goes on a series of surreal encounters with the local nightlife, all the while unaware of the romantic longings for a classmate, senpai.
Mhm.
Notice me, senpai.
Yep, and it's
Inevitable.
It's steepled with bizarre encounters, magical realism, and fantastic animation. It used to be available on Max when I saw it. It's not available now. Check your country and your area if it's available. If not, VPNs are a thing. We have a copy we're going to use ourselves here. And for the US, if you are in a territory where your library card works with the service Hoopla, it's available on Hoopla. So we will be back to you after our screening of The Night is Short, Walk On, Girl. Hello, we're back. We have just finished watching The Night is Short, Walk On, Girl, from Masaaki Yuasa and the other people at Science Saru, with score work by Michiru Oshima, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. Your phone.
Whoever it was in the last one.
Same person as last time.
Yeah, Michiru Oshima. So, yeah, I thought that second watch, I enjoyed it even more than I did the first time. I thought it was fantastic. Animation is fluid and gorgeous.
Yep.
No surprise there.
By the way, yeah, it was Oshima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No surprise there. Science Saru always kills it when it comes to animation. And the Oshima score was so resplendent. That's how I would say it. It's very resplendent. It's very invigorating. Like the score is like rejuvenating almost. Like
Appropriate given what happens.
yeah, and appropriate given, the fact that like the Otome, the girl, she like spreads joy and like her theme feels like, like a fresh spring morning, Like it's invigorating, but
not in a cloying way like most characters of this film.
yeah, it's very refreshing.
Yeah.
She's a very refreshing character, like, and I don't mean in like, oh, this is something new. It's like she has the energy of a refreshing day to her,
Like a good friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Someone you want to go out for drinks with.
Yeah.
Time.
So that's just my getting back to it thing. For those of you who are coming back with us, we basically the whole plot is it's one of those like, oh, I gotta get this girl to notice me thing, but everything keeps derailing this poor sucker, and it's a series of misadventures over one night that they all tie together through the connections between characters and like vignettes. As they said in the original book, this happened over the course of a year. They lampshade it in the film by saying it's the night that felt like a year. And yeah, so I thought that this was pretty damn good. I liked it even more than I did the first time. So I'll hand it off to you guys. Give the thoughts.
I thought this movie was really cute. So, this is my first time seeing it. I was one of the uninitiated. I thought this movie was freaking adorable. I love... They call him Otome and Senpai.
Girl and senior.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call them by the names in the movie, because we watched the sub, not the dub, because it wasn't available for rent. The dub was not available for rental on Apple TV.
The basic rental on where we got it from, you just get the
sub version on Apple TV.
Version, yeah.
Still good.
If we got it on Prime, we might have gotten somewhere else, but whatever.
I've seen both. I would say both are worth checking out. Definitely check out the dub if you like Colin Goff. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I love the soundtrack. I mean, you can't go wrong with Oshima. The animation is gorgeous. No surprise there. It's Science Saru and Yuasa.
Is it ever?
Oh,
Yeah. It can take a minute to get into with like some of the character designs. Because like you expect something slightly different after a movie like Rider Wave.
Yeah.
Like this has a lot more like I'm gonna use the word stark fluidity.
Yeah.
Abstract, yeah, that's a better word.
Which is Yuasa's typical
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, but I'll hand this over to Richie so he can put his thoughts in.
This movie's great. I shocker. Rich liked the thing that was universally beloved. But if I can put my own 2 cents into this, I have a few things to say. First off, the animation, as expected of the studio and the director, are fantastic. Admittedly, had I not seen the Tatami Galaxy before this, I probably would have been a little bit confused going in because of just how much this movie relies on magical realism and abstraction to tell its story.
Yeah.
But as someone who has seen the entire series, Tatami Galaxy, Tomato Tomato, it very much is cut from the same cloth in the best of ways, in which it uses weird, varied character designs and living metaphors to tell its story and convey what the characters are going through. Kind of like if Pink Floyd's The Wall weren't incredibly disheartening.
Yeah, depressing and horrifying.
And it's all played out to gorgeous, evocative perfection.
Yeah, I absolutely love Otome's theme. I think it especially when they go back and forth between Senpai and Otome. Like, there's a scene where they keeps going back and forth, and it's like these horrible things are happening to him, and she's just like having a great time. But the music switches between their themes, and I think that was done perfectly in this film.
Too.
Yeah. Or the scene with Rihaku.
Yeah, with Rihaku.
Where Rihaku is like, it's literally towards the beginning where Rihaku is like espousing his like very nihilistic world review, and Otome is just like expositing her very joyous and optimistic worldview. And when it cuts back to him, there's like a dark like drone almost. When it cuts back to her, you just get the do 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 like like with each one, and it's a good gag, and it's just it's infectious. She's a very infectious character.
Music's great at matching the mood overall.
Yeah.
That's later. Music's great at matching the mood. Less so in a Mickey Mousing sense, and more of a here is what this scene sounds like sense. Here's the mood. The fun part for me, again, I'm going to talk about this a lot, but the fun part for me was when Daulton told me this was a spiritual successor to the Tatami Galaxy.
Yeah.
The fun part was seeing the characters and elements that were taken over from, the Tatami Galaxy and brought into this movie. Because, there are characters carried over that fill the same roles, but they also do different stuff with them.
No.
Like, for instance, the Tengu. He was pretty much the same kind of impish mentor character that he was.
Oh, okay.
But, he was a different kind of...
Wasn't his name Higuchi in this?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
His name in Tatami Galaxy is eluding me at the moment. Editing Richie will put in a caption down there. But let's just say that he was a much more approachable and kind person to Otome than he was to the protagonist of
Tatami.
Tatami, because he mostly loved fucking with him in that.
Oh, okay.
Like you get the sense that he was reacting to the kind of character he was playing the part of the conscience towards.
Was he also kind of self-aware in Tatami Galaxy and like
basically
like kind of was aware he was in a story like he is in this?
Yes.
Because, like, he even says, like, at the very beginning when they bump into Otome, he's like, oh, it looks like she's the lead actor tonight.
Yeah. One thing... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's cool.
One thing that I was going to bring up, this might get some people into this movie. This movie is an anime magical realism screwball comedy.
Yeah, it really is a screwball
romantic comedy.
Yeah, if you like those 1940s, 1950s.
Yeah, stuff like His Girl Friday, Bringing Up Baby.
Yeah, that kind
like
of stuff.
if you like stuff like that, and
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
The Cary Grant sort of stuff.
Yeah, the Cary Grant sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you like that, and you like and you're also like into anime or want to see that in an animated format, watch this movie.
You know what the style kind of reminds me of in this movie too?
What?
Funny enough, what a big theme of the film is, like, drinking. It reminds me of, like, the kind of pop art ads you'll see for, like, alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all those comic ones.
Yeah. It kind of has, like, that aesthetic to it. And I think that's really brilliant. I just love how much this movie is in love with just love and everything, because like,
and that's love in a universal sense.
Oh yeah, it plays a core part.
You got romantic love of the arts.
It's a plot of like the four
platonic, familial.
It's a plot of like the four major story arcs in this story. The first one is the all night drinking.
Yep.
The first one's like the drinking spree. I don't know what you would call it. Call that like the
pub crawl.
Pub crawl. Yeah.
Like a pub crawl.
Yeah. The first part's with the pub crawl. The second part is the used book fair.
Yep.
Then you've got the guerrilla play,
the guerrilla theater,
the guerrilla
and
theater, and then you've got the cold arc, and you can see how this was split into the different seasons, even with like the current like.
How did I miss that?
Yeah,
there is a seasonal mode of motif going on.
It's like you got I would say, drinking is the summer.
Yeah.
I would say that the fall. Actually, wait, no. Drinking is the spring.
Drinking is spring.
Summer, fall, winter.
Summer, fall, winter. Yeah, I would say it. Yeah. Or they might have rearranged things because I kind of got winter vibes from the. Well, the ending's definitely winter.
Ending's definitely winter. I'd say fall is the theater arc.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt the book felt like fall to me.
The book felt very summer to me because I do mention how hot it is.
Oh yeah, true. So you can even see where the seasons transition.
And then
like logistically, so yeah, the play is the fall.
Senpai is like going to the book fair.
Yeah, he's like, why is it so hot? Yeah. So it would be summer.
So
it would be summer.
And then for the guerrilla theater part, I connected it to fall, and yes, this is a stretch.
Wait, are apples in season in the fall?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh.
Apples.
Yep. There's
apples are a big part of that.
Not to mention, there are more gusts of wind going on with the theater effects.
True.
Like when everyone's dresses are flying all over the place.
It also progresses during the guerrilla theater bit because like those bits with the wind, they come on more towards the end of that sequence.
Also, I just realized
because like that's becoming a winter. What?
The tatami was cold earlier.
Yeah.
And then when they were in like the book fair, and then it becoming normal tatami when it got to the play.
Yeah.
Meaning that the seasons had changed too. Yeah. Because like now it's like now it's getting cold out. So now the tatami is warm. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna be a broken record with all the comparisons. I hope it's not tedious. Oh.
Hey are you gonna join on the camera? Come up here.
Are you gonna come up?
For Bowie down here
for context, we have a sentient fuzzy.
Oh yeah, you can see him on the camera.
Yeah, We have a sentiment piece
There
of
he
cinnamon up here.
Hey, what's up, Bowie?
Hey, Bobo. How's it going, little guy?
He's got his own thoughts on the film, it seems.
Oh yeah, he's had a lot of thoughts lately. He's becoming a real cinephile.
Oh yeah, he loves movies.
Yeah, he
Don't
watches
you, buddy?
movies with us.
Yeah, you love your movies.
Yeah. As long as you don't move around on the couch too much.
Yeah. Thanks,
So-
Bowie. Bringing those views for us.
Yep. Ow.
Good boy. You did your
The claw
job.
on my ankle.
He was getting down.
I'll tag that.
Yeah.
So
Tag cats.
something I know I keep saying this, but I do notice all the smooth parallels between this and the Tatami Galaxy.
He's back
And
again.
one thing they both play with is both narrative structure and especially time.
Sorry, his butt was on your microphone.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
he does what he wants.
He's a
He's a cat.
He's a cat. Yeah.
he's
going
Bowie.
to bed now.
I mean, we would show you, but we literally got another cat.
Literally this afternoon.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, it's
Time.
time.
Time,
it-
it's almost 11.
This movie loves playing around with the flow of time. As Daulton alluded to earlier, they constantly hang lampshades over the fact that it's the longest fucking night ever. And that reminds me of how the Tatami Galaxy would literally turn back the clock at the
That's
beginning of
motif in the film.
every
Yeah.
That's
episode.
motif in the film with all the clocks. They're all going at different times.
Yeah. Because whereas the Tatami Galaxy used time to indicate the main character's regression of his emotional arc, however, this movie plays with time in order to play with the motif of wanting a moment to last forever or as long as it needs to.
Yeah, I would definitely go with as long as it needs to because nothing feels drawn out.
No.
Nothing.
As I mentioned, I love the clock motif, especially that one bit where Otome's looking at her watch and it's going a lot slower than everyone else's.
Yeah, it's a really good commentary on how time moves at your age.
Yeah, like, we literally were talking to a guy earlier about it today. It was like, when you're 12, like, time moves really slow. Now you're 30, you're blinking, it's Christmas.
Yeah, and like the old folks, like their watches are
It's just
literally
going crazy, yeah. I love that little motif with the clocks, especially with, what was that guy's name? The old guy with the drinking contest?
Oh, Rahaku, yeah.
Rahaku?
Rahaku?
Yeah.
Rahaku, sorry. My brain spelled that differently. But, yeah, like, even when you see where he is, like, all the clocks are going, like, weird, almost in different directions and stuff. But, yeah, I really like this. Sorry, that sounds like a closing statement. We're not even in spoilers yet. I'm just tired.
I mean, we don't have to do it super long. Not every
It'll be
podcast has to be a really long one.
Yeah.
It's late, folks.
It was an adventure getting me on set today. Let's just
yeah,
leave it at that.
it was late. It was late.
And I was helping this guy out with some auditions.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. This might be a shorter one, to be honest.
It might
Yeah.
be.
I
But
think we should just do, like, a short spoiler section.
we do have a short.
Oh, yeah. Or is there anything else you want to add in?
There is explicitly something I wanted to talk about under spoilers.
Do
Which
we want to
is-
just move into spoilers then?
Might as well. Yeah, decent time.
Yeah,
we can
34:12.
we can
Yeah, we could do like a 40-minute something. And then we've had some
40
shorter
to
ones.
50.
We've had some shorter ones.
Yeah, we have some shorter
We've had some
ones.
shorter
We're
ones.
just tired.
Look at
Yeah.
the Garden of Words.
That was
no,
also a short film.
Well, this wasn't a very long film either.
Yeah, but also watch
that
the
was
Garden
for
of
our
Words episode.
Yeah, watch Garden of Words.
that was for our viewers when I said
Yeah.
look at that. I'll
Don't
link
look at
it.
his pants. We're talking about the Garden
Yeah.
of Words episode. We're talking about a
Anyway.
You gotta pay extra for that.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
So again with the themes, I'm so sorry for repeating myself, Daulton. I'm just coming from this as somebody who is a huge fan of the prior works.
If you have a lot of input, please use it.
Thank you. Something that amused me was towards the end of the movie when they do the cold sequence.
Yeah.
Everybody catches a cold from the real hard drinking girl.
Yeah,
Rahaku.
Well, the cold actually starts from Rahaku.
Oh, with Rahaku?
Yeah, because remember, he was sneezing.
Yeah, he was sneezing the whole time.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it, and it becomes a chain reaction. And
oh, shit, yeah, because he was sneezing, and the girl drinks from, like, the same cup that he was drinking the imitation Denki Bron.
Oh, yeah! She
was the first one to get sick.
That... Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, and from there, she sneezes, it spreads everywhere. And appropriately enough, Otome is the only one who isn't getting it.
Yeah.
Being,
I wish I had that immune system.
I wish I had her liver, Jesus.
Yeah, I wish I had her liver too.
Obligatory tangent time. Daulton has a fucking titanium liver.
And immune system.
And I learned the hard way never to try to keep up with him.
No.
Let me...
Don't.
No.
The morning after that...
Backyard.
Oh, is this... Yeah, please tell an anecdote.
Okay. At a friend's wedding.
Yep.
The same one, incidentally, that we helped move during the Once episode filming.
Yeah.
Major callback. May or may not have taken advantage of the all-inclusive bar.
I absolutely did.
Both of us did.
We all did.
We all did.
My policy, folks, if you go to some place that has an open bar, take advantage of it. It doesn't matter if you feel bad the next day, you're going to make some memories.
Make sure you don't work, though. Don't be like me.
Nah.
And sometimes you'll make memories you don't remember.
Yeah.
So, all right. He was fine the next morning.
Yeah.
I want
tired.
A battle of wills. Imagine, I have already told you how prolonged my trips to work can be due to reasons.
Yeah. Did you drink 2 Blue Hawaiis?
No.
Oh, wow. You only had 1?
Yeah. No. I was fucking lying just now, dude.
Oh,
I totally had 2.
He had 2.
So.
I think I also had 2 Blue Hawaiis.
All right.
I had to.
Yeah.
Well, something.
Have Blue Hawaiis, folks. They're really good drinks.
I mean, they're good, but they sneak up to you. Also.
They sneak up on you
later.
They're silent killer.
Yeah, I didn't realize how drunk I was until he was driving me home.
So all of you.
And then you were like, whoa. And I'm just like.
And I'm trying to GPS to get home
so,
to this wedding.
So all of you at home are probably wondering, hey, Rich, how did you not get sick as hell in the morning? The answer to that question is, I don't know. Anyway, back to the movie.
Yeah.
Back to the movie.
So I told you I'd find a way to pad it somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to
hey, it's tied into the film.
It is tied into the film. Just don't
drink it.
Drink
responsibly.
Yeah, drink responsibly. Don't lose an entire 6 months of your life.
Anyway,
but do take advantage of open bars. You just gotta balance it.
Balance it, yeah.
Balance it.
PSA from Killer Score. Anyway,
if it's an open bar, don't just have one drink. Come on.
That's fair.
But if you're driving, be responsible.
Yes.
Don't kill anyone.
Absolutely. Drive sober. Anyway.
Yeah.
Or get pulled over. Yes.
This has been a PSA from Killer Score.
PSA from Killer Score once again. Anyway. Towards the end, this is where the magical realism meter goes haywire and explodes. Because Senpai is drowning in his misery because every single attempt at getting close to his kohai has failed. He comes close during the Gorilla Theater stage where they almost kiss.
Yeah.
But then trapdoor opens under him.
He gets upstaged.
And
the guy who hasn't changed his underwear in a year.
Yeah, it's another.
How is your dick not falling off?
That's a good question. Killer Score guest episode featuring Bowie.
Literally the last 3 episodes I've had Bowie. He's a co-host. He's no longer a guest.
Yeah, at this point he's basically a co-host.
Basically.
Yeah.
So when we cut back to the senpai, he's pretty much wallowing in his own self-conflict.
Oh, yeah.
Asking himself, "Oh, I bet how much do I even know this girl? Do I really need to fall in love at this age, or is it just something that's thrust onto me?" And
just horny.
I have no prospects in life. I'm still in college.
I'm still in college.
Am I going on to grad school? Am I not going on to grad school?
I
Every self-doubt.
Yeah, my only thing is that if you're at the end of your senior year in high school and you don't know if you're going to grad school, you probably should have thought about it a few months prior at the earliest.
No, college and grad school are different. And
in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's some
So
interesting.
I'm just like, because I'm thinking
Because they're of legal drinking age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the U.S., like, where it's like you go to college if you're going for a higher education from that. For your
It's like how in the
you go to university and grad school.
Bowie, you get down. You get down, mister.
Uh.
Bowie.
We got a problem.
Bowie, you get out from behind the TV. Bowie, get down. Bad. I gotta use that voice on him. Gotta use the kind of growly voice.
Yeah,
on him
the gritted teeth voice.
Gritted teeth voice.
Yeah, that's how he
He's
gets.
Now-
like, I'm sorry, Dad, because he's right here.
It's alright. Come here, buddy. You can come up here if you like. Anyway, yeah.
So all that's happening, and his despair becomes a metaphorical and literal storm
Yeah.
that blows the Kohai away while she's reaching him, handing out the cold remedies.
Everyone has a cold remedy.
Everyone's
Yeah.
got a
Everyone
cold
has
remedy.
Everyone has a different cold remedy.
And she goes.
Makes you want to try some of them too. I want to try I want to try the heated up cola with ginger. That sounds delicious.
They do something like that in Hong Kong, actually, where they boil Coke and they put lemon in it.
That might be what that's a reference to. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't know, 'cause
that's
I
like a
put
delicacy.
Cold remedies, and I remember one time I went to work with Strep, and someone told me to put butter in my coffee. I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to do?
Butter?
Yeah.
You
Put
believe that,
salted
Billy?
butter in black coffee.
Oh.
Anywho.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
I did not.
My
That's like Robitussin.
my newest nausea fuel aside, well, it's the Lion King.
Yep,
He hates it.
he does. See?
Oh, he hates.
Yeah,
He hates
is.
the Lion King.
He just doesn't like being picked up.
Well, he's also like a rag doll when you pick him up, because he's like, I give up.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's when I noticed, while she's making it towards his house, there's an internal war going on between all of his self-doubt
Yeah.
and all of his encouraging feelings that say, go with your gut!
Yeah.
And
Go
those
after her, man.
and those feelings manifest themselves as a returning abstract character from the Tatami Galaxy named Johnny, who in the original was a cowboy that represented his libido and his unrestrained sex
Bowie.
drive.
Well, I don't need the TV stand.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's been having this obsession with the TV lately.
No, I know what that means.
No, you're not going up on the TV stand.
Do not eat it either.
I have a weird cat, folks, in case
Yeah.
you figured it out.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm gonna do something here, or attempt to.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was really surprised because one of my favorite parts was when Daulton was telling me how Johnny kind of took on a different role in this.
Yeah,
It's like he was not this positive in the original because he was unrestrained libido in every sense.
Yeah.
And-
yeah, exactly.
And I really dig that because it shows that they're taking everything in different directions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you mentioned, the God of Used Bookmark Markets was another character in the original version.
Oh yeah, the God of
Tatami.
Use bookmarked. This is gonna really make you laugh.
Mhm.
He was the best buddy of the main character.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Same design, but just shrunk down.
Same
for this.
design, but shrunk down and made actively more antagonistic.
So he was actually like a pretty cool dude in the original version.
A weird dude, but a cool one.
Oh,
and
okay.
one
Gotcha.
that part of the main character's arc was him realizing, you know what, this guy likes me. I should be nicer to him.
Okay.
And it felt like revisiting that, and it's like clever.
Yeah. No, yeah. I
Maybe here's an idea.
Hmm.
How about for Patreon we do that where we cover
Oh,
the
yeah,
Tatami
we
Galaxy?
could do a watch through. Yeah. Compare and contrast. Yeah, that
I
sounds
thought you
great.
meant a Bowie cam.
No, yeah. But,
Well, that's what I was doing
Yeah.
just now.
all right. Well, I think we can move out of spoiler territory.
Yeah, I
so-
think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're out of spoilers. That was The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, Masaaki Yuasa, Science Saru, Michiru Oshima.
10 out
Everything
of
we
10.
said applies. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great one. If you like more simplistic, like fluid animation, this is definitely your watch. And if you just want like a fun little screwball love story with surrealist elements, go for it. Go for it.
It's a lot of fun. This movie was adorable. I loved it very much. This is probably going to be my rotation at some point for like comfort movies. I can feel that coming.
Oh, wow.
You and me both, sis.
Yeah, because it feels like one of those movies that just makes you feel good at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a feel good movie
It really
at the
is.
end.
It
Because
really
like
is.
the first like 3/4 of it, you're just like, oh, this
Yeah.
Because it's like everything's going great for her and everything's going horribly for him. But it comes together so sweetly in the end.
It really
is so
does.
cute.
It really does. Closing thoughts?
The Night is Short, Walk On Girl is a magical realism masterpiece and a love letter to the feeling of youthful discovery.
Yeah.
If I ever am having a bad day, this will reassure me that there's always a chance. And it will always remind me that you can tell any story with any elements
True.
if you're willing to go outside the box enough.
Yeah.
Like abstract art fans rejoice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Do you want to close this out? Take us into the next one?
oh, I am so eager for this.
All right. Let's
Dal-
hear it.
Daulton, Erin, let me tell you, I deliberated on this so long.
Oh boy.
It's a long list.
I-
so-
Yeah. You have
My
a
list,
very long
I have the hugest list because there's so much I want to show you outside and inside this podcast.
Yeah.
So this movie is a summer movie in the release sense,
Oh boy.
and it's also one that's very off kilter. Forget fun in the sun. Forget good times and sunshine.
Are we watching Apocalypse Now?
Huh?
Are we watching Apocalypse
That's
Now?
No,
too big.
too
That's
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Although strangely enough, the movie I'm also bringing to the table is
Oh, boy.
also kind of big.
Oh.
Even nominated for several Oscars and was
Oh.
a hit at the box office. But
Does it qualify?
I want to reignite the discussions about it because it deserves.
I mean, I would agree with like the logic. I mean, there's
We did
films.
Cabaret.
Well, not only that, but there's films that were huge, but like people just don't talk about it anymore. Like, hey, do you guys know Ordinary People? No, because it won the Oscar for Best Picture in the 1980s.
That movie's overrated. It's
I haven't seen it.
it's not terrible, but it's melodramatic-ish, and it's,
There's a lot of movies people have just forgotten over the years. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about like The Artist and The King's Speech, and those won Oscars in the past like 2 decades.
And nobody talks about
And
it.
no one talks about them. They won
I'm
both
gonna-
Best Picture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change that for all of you though, because this
Okay.
movie's a lot of things. A dark, moody noir, and a testament to the visual power of Rain.
Oh.
A typecast casting breaker for the likes of the famous Tom Hanks.
Oh.
And, weirdly enough, an American version of Lone Wolf and Cub. So, join me, my friends, as we take Sam Mendes and Tom Hanks and follow them down the road to perdition.
Oh.
Okay.
I have heard of this one.
Heard of it? Maybe you saw a Wikipedia article once.
Never seen it,
watched
though.
It.
All right, next time.
Road
Killer
to
Score.
perdition.
On this thing we're doing. Stole that.